Like the idea of living off of dividends? Want to make sure that your dividend income stream is coming in every single month? Would you like to know about stocks that pay monthly dividends and offer yields up to 6%? Then you have to check out today's video.
He is a best-selling author.
30-year-old Jason Fieber has a plan.
This guy retired at only 33 years old.
I don't know if I know too many people that have accomplished something like that.
He's really kind of a guru when it comes to passive income.
Before I get into today's content, please give us a big thumbs up if you find value in our videos. Helps us to get the word out and grow the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. Dividends. Doesn't that word just give you goosebumps? Dividends are great in so many ways. But one thing that bothers some investors is that most US-based companies pay their dividends on a quarterly schedule. So that means there's a 3-month gap between your dividend payments from most stocks. Now, that's typically not a big deal. If you properly diversify your portfolio, you'll have a stable of businesses all on different payment schedules. This keeps things rotating in a way so that you're basically manufacturing monthly dividend income. If you aim to live off of dividends, you want to make sure that you're getting a constant stream of income to pay that constant stream of bills. Well, there are some special businesses out there that make this process even easier for investors. That's because they pay monthly dividends. Better yet, they pay safe, growing monthly dividends. You want a monthly passive income stream that's reliable and growing enough to keep up with the rising costs of life? Then look no further. I'm gonna tell you about the top 3 dividend growth stocks that pay monthly dividends. Let's dig in. Let's jump right into things with what is arguably the king of monthly dividend payers. I'm talking about Realty Income Corp, stock ticker O. Realty Income is a legend. It takes its monthly dividend so seriously that it actually trademarked the phrase, the monthly dividend company. How can you not love that? And it isn't all bluster either. They've paid 609 consecutive monthly dividends. This triple net lease retail REIT doesn't just talk the talk, they walk the walk. Realty Income has increased its dividend for 28 consecutive years. That dates back to its initial IPO, and they tend to increase their dividend as regularly as they pay it. That is, on a monthly schedule. What's better than a monthly dividend? One that's increasing monthly. And not just increasing a little bit either, the 10-year dividend growth rate is 4.9%. This monthly dividend is also one of the safest dividends out there. The company is guiding for between $3.44 and $3.49 in adjusted funds from operations per share for this coming fiscal year, which easily covers the monthly dividend that adds up to $2.82 per share annually. By the way, that dividend gives the stock a market-beating yield of 4.3% right now. I view Realty Income as a must-own stock for serious dividend growth investors, and the monthly dividend is icing on the cake. In fact, I recently listed it as one of the 3 dividend growth stocks to buy and hold forever. The second stock I want to tell you about is Stag Industrial Inc., stock ticker STAG. Stag is focused on single-tenant industrial properties, primarily in the logistics space. All of that e-commerce? Yeah, all that stuff whipping around requires a lot of logistics. Think warehouses and shipping facilities. Stag is meeting the demand for the future of real estate, which is why they collected 99.6% of base rental billings for last fiscal year. This focus on the future of real estate is also helping to propel their monthly dividend. The stock offers a yield of 4.2% with that dividend coming in every single month. And it's growing. Stag has increased their dividend for 11 consecutive years. That dates back to their IPO. The 5-year dividend growth rate of 1.1% is a bit disappointing though. But this is a REIT that's aggressively building out their portfolio and positioning itself for the long term. The market likes it, with the stock up 70% over the last 5 years, and the company generated $1.89 in core funds from operations per share last fiscal year, easily covering the monthly dividend that adds up to $1.45 per share. That makes this dividend quite safe. Last but not least, let's discuss Main Street Capital Corporation, stock ticker MAIN. Main Street Capital kind of flies under the radar. This business development company provides debt and equity financing to smaller businesses, and they've used those investments to fund internal growth and their juicy monthly dividend to shareholders. Plus, this is a dividend that's grown for 10 consecutive years. The 10-year dividend growth rate is 5.1%, and while BDCs are typically riskier investments due to their very business model, not even the pandemic could hurt Main Street Capital's monthly flow of dividends to their shareholders. That said, their distributable net investment income of $2.26 per share for last fiscal year doesn't quite cover the monthly dividend that amounts to $2.46 per share per year. To be totally honest with you, I view this dividend as the shakiest of the three I'm talking about today. But if you're an investor who's comfortable with being a bit more aggressive along the risk spectrum, Main can reward you. How about a market-smashing 6.2% yield as a reward? That's a massive dividend that's being paid monthly, and Main has a history of also paying out intermittent special dividends. I wouldn't bet the farm on a stock like this, but it could have a small place in a diversified dividend growth stock portfolio. Whereas the pandemic forced some former stalwarts like Walt Disney and TJX companies to cut their dividends, Main is still standing. That speaks volumes. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give us a like if you did, and let us know in the comments what you think about these 3 dividend growth stocks paying monthly dividends. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss out on new content. Also, take a look at the description box below for some important links, including the link to my personal stock portfolio. This 6-figure portfolio, which I call the Fire Fund, generates enough passive dividend income for me to live off of. It'll allow me to retire in my early 30s. I've made my portfolio entirely accessible over at Patreon, and I also post alerts there whenever I buy or sell a stock. I put my money where my mouth is, and I'm often invested in the same high quality dividend growth stocks that I make videos on. Over the years, I've heard from thousands of investors who've been profiting from many of the same exact stocks that I own. So if you think this is something that you could benefit from as well, check the link in the description to see my portfolio and start getting my buy and sell alerts. I'll see you next time.